Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into a beginner friendly guide to Linux. We will cover what Linux is, how to install it, and basics of Linux. Whether you are new to Linux or just curious, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. So, what exactly is Linux? Linux is a free and open source operating system, which means its source code is freely available for anyone to view, modify, and distribute. In layman language, we can say that Linux is a software that allows your computer's hardware and lets you run programs. Linux was created in 1991 by Linus Torvalds and has since grown into a diverse ecosystem of distributions, each tailored for different uses and users. Linux is popular because it's stable, secure, and super flexible. You can use it for anything from your laptop to servers, even on smart devices. Plus, it's free, so anyone can download and customize it. It is backed up by a large community for support. Before installing Linux, you will need to pick a version called distribution or a distro. Some popular options include Ubuntu, perfect for beginners, Fedora, great for developers, Linux Mint, Debian, Arch Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, we call it RHL, Kali Linux, Rocky and Amla Linux, and OpenSUSE. In this tutorial, we will use Ubuntu because it's easy to use and well supported. Let's get Linux up and running. Here is how to do it. First, you need to download Ubuntu ISO file, create a virtual machine in VirtualBox, mount the downloaded ISO file, start the virtual machine, follow the screen instructions, finish the OS installation, and reboot your system after the successful installation of Ubuntu, and then log into your Ubuntu system. Start the browser. In Google search download Ubuntu ISO. Click on this first link and download desktop edition, that is Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. Click on download. Download will start and it will take 5 to 10 minutes depending upon your internet speed. Once the ISO file is downloaded, start your VirtualBox. Create a new virtual machine. Click on machine and then choose new. Type the virtual machine name, let's say Ubuntu Linux. Choose the ISO file. Choose skip unintended installation and then click on next. Give the CPUs as 2, RAM as depending upon your resources. So I have enough resources on my laptop, so I'm giving it as 4 GB, 2 cores, and then click on next. Select the virtual disk as minimum 20 GB. Click next. Click on finish. Choose this virtual machine and then click on settings. Go to network, choose bridge adapter and click OK. Now start this virtual machine. Choose first option, try and install Ubuntu and hit enter. Choose your preferred language and then click next. Click on next. Choose your keyboard layout. If system is connected to the internet, then select the first option, use wired connection. Else, select do not connect to the internet. Click on next. Skip for the time being. Choose the first option, install Ubuntu, and then click next. Choose first option, interactive installation, and then click next. Choose default selection and then hit next. If your system is connected to the internet and you want to install third-party softwares for graphics and Wi-Fi, then choose the first option, and you want to install some additional media formats, then choose the second option as well. Click next. So how do you install Ubuntu? Choose the first option, erase disk and install Ubuntu and click next. Now specify the username for your Ubuntu Linux. In my case, it is Linuxtechi, and the computer name that you want to set, or the host name that you want to set for your Ubuntu Linux. Let's say it's Ubuntu. Set the password. And choose this option, require my password to log in, and then click next. Select the time zone and then click next. And click on install to proceed with the installation. As you can see, installation has been started. It may take 5 to 10 minutes depending upon your system resources. Installation is completed. Click on restart now. Press enter to remove the ISO file. It will start our Ubuntu Linux VM. Choose the user Linuxtechi and enter the credentials that you have created during the installation. It will take us to the following desktop screen. Follow the screen instructions. Click on next. Choose skip for now and then click next. Choose no, do not share the system data and click next. And then click on finish. Now that you have Linux installed, let's explore. On the desktop screen, you will see application menu. From here, you can search the application and start your applications. Like I want to start terminal. So search here terminal and click on the icon. It will start the terminal for you. Go back to the panel. In the panel, first you will see the Firefox web browser. If you click on the Firefox web browser icon, it will start the Firefox for you. Below to Firefox, you have File Explorer. It's similar to the File Explorer on Windows or the Mac. Just click on this icon. It will take us to this window. So from here you can traverse or you can go to the different folders. Like I would like to go to downloads folder. You click on it, you will be in the downloads folder. If you again go back to your home directory, just click on home icon here. Below to this File Explorer, we have App Center. Just if you click on App Center, it will start the App Center for you. From here, you can search your applications that you want to install on your Ubuntu Linux, and you can install it from there. Let's say I want to install Visual Studio Code. So in the search bar, type Visual Studio Code. Just click on this Visual Studio Code icon and then click on install. It will prompt you to enter your local user password, because your local user password has the administrative rights to install the softwares on your Ubuntu system. Click on authenticate. So it will start installing the Visual Studio Code on your Ubuntu Linux. Once installed, just click on open. It will start your Visual Studio Code. Alright, this confirms that we have successfully installed Visual Studio Code using App Center. Let's close for the time being. Okay, below to this App Center, you have Help Center. So you will get the required help for your Ubuntu desktop. Just click on the links, you will get the required documentations. And below to this, you have Trace. It's similar to Recycle Bin that you have on your Windows desktop. Alright, Let's try some simple terminal commands. Let me close this window. Alright, so this is my terminal. Let's run the command who am I. As the name suggests, it will give us the information about the user which is currently logged in your system. So in my case, I am logged in with Linuxtechi user. If you want to print the current location or present working directory, you can type the command pwd. Pwd stands for present working directory. So as the output shows, my current working directory is /home/linuxtechi. And if I want to list the files and the folders inside this current working directory, for that we have a command ls, stand for list. If you type here ls, it will show the files and the directories under this present working directory, that is /home/linuxtechi. So under this folder I have these folders and files. All right, if you want to see whether these are files or folders, you run the command ls space -l. It will show the output in long listing format. If you see, this is the permissions section. The first character is D. D stands for directory. It means demo is a directory, desktop is a directory. This empty file, it's a file type, as we have hyphen in front of the permissions. Another basic command is cd. Cd stands for change directory, or just to change the folder from one location to another location. Let's say I want to change my current working directory to var temp folder. For that, I can run the command cd space /var/temp. And if you type here pwd, you will see your present working directory has changed to /var/temp. Let's create a data folder here. In order to create a folder in Linux, we have the command mkdir, make directory. If I type mkdir and the name of the folder that I would like to create, and if I hit enter, it will create a data folder, or we can say data directory, inside my present working directory, which is /var/temp. If you do ls-l here, all right. Now I want to create a file inside this data folder. For that, I need to go to this folder. I need to traverse to this folder. For that, you can use cd command and type data. If you want to create an empty file under this data folder, we have the command touch. Touch, let's say skills. If you type ls here, you will see a skills file is created under var/temp/data folder. In order to add some content or to modify the content of this file, we have a vi editor in Linux. Vi editor is installed by default whenever we install Linux, so you can use it by typing the command vi and then the file name. In our case, file name is skills. So vi space skills, hit enter. In order to enter anything on this file, you need to move into the insert mode. For that, you type I here. Now you are into the insert mode and start typing. Let's say Linux, then enter. Let's DevOps, cloud, security. In order to save the file, press escape, then colon WQ. This will save and quit the file. Alright. If we want to view the content of this file, we can use the command cat. Cat followed by the file name. So we have created a empty file using touch command. We have modified the content of this skills files using vi editor, and we can view the content of our skills file using cat command. So if you want to go back to your home directory, that was slash home slash Linuxtechi, you just type cd here, you will be back in your home directory. If you type pwd, another important command is sudo. Sudo will allow you to run the commands with administrative privileges. So by default, whenever you install Ubuntu, you create a local user. That local user will have the administrative rights. But if you want to run the commands with administrative right, you need to append sudo in every command. Let's say I want to install a package like Vim. For that, we have the apt utility. But apt utility will need some administrative privileges. For that, I need to run apt command with sudo privileges. Let's run the command sudo apt update first. So this command will update the repositories index. Here repositories are the package repositories for your Ubuntu Linux. If you type sudo apt update, it will prompt you to enter the password for your local user. Just specify the password and it will authenticate and will run the command. Alright, let's say I want to install a package Vim. It is highly recommended to install the Vim package if you are beginner in Linux. Sudo apt is your command, install is your keyword, followed by the package name. I want to install Vim here. So type Vim and hit enter. Type Y here to continue and hit enter. Alright, Vim is installed. Now let's try to edit etc host files. For that, again, if you type etc host here, you will see in the at the bottom of your screen it's a read only. If you make the changes, but those changes will not be saved because it's a read only file. So in order to open this file in read write mode, you need to use the command sudo then vi then etc host file. Type enter, and if you type here I, this time you will see insert, you are into the insert mode. Use down arrow key. Let's add an entry here, one more entry. Now type escape and WQ to save your changes. Now you can see the content of this file. So our changes are there in the file. If you want to print the IP address of your Ubuntu system, we have the command IP space eddr space show. Let me clear the screen first using the command clear and type IP space eddr space show. This command will show how many interfaces are attached to my Linux system, what is the interface name, and what IP is assigned to this interface. And this dynamic word says that it got the IP from the DHCP server. Another way to verify the network details for your interface, if you see carefully on the top of your screen, you have this icon. Just click on this icon and then click on wired, click on wired settings, click on this wired settings again. It will take us to this window. It will show the link speed, IP address, MAC address, default gateway. If you go to IPv4 tab, you will see that automatic or DHCP option is enabled. It means it will get the IP from the DHCP server. Or you want to configure static IP address, choose the option manual, specify the IP details here. IP address, let's say I want to set the IP address as 192.168.1.149. Subnet mask would be 255.255.255.0. Gateway is 192.168.1.1, and DNS name, let's say 4.2.2. Click on apply. Just disable and enable this interface by toggling this button and close this window. Go back to the terminal again and type the IP show command again. You will see the system has new IP address. So this time the dynamic word has been removed. It means we have the static IP address on our Ubuntu system. If you want to install updates, including security updates on your system from the command line, again you have to use the command apt. Let me clear the screen again. In order to install all the available updates on your system, you can run the command sudo apt and then upgrade. Hit enter and type Y. So it will install all the available updates here. If you want to cancel, type N. In order to reboot or shut down your Linux system, this command will reboot your Ubuntu system. If you want to shut down, then type the command sudo space shutdown -h space now. It will shut down your system. If I hit enter, it will shut down my virtual machine. Alright, select the machine again and click on start in order to start your Ubuntu Linux. Enter the credentials of your local user and hit enter. Let's talk about Linux file system hierarchy. Linux organizes the files into a structure that looks like a tree. Here are the main folders. We have slash at the top. We call it the root directory. It's where everything starts. So under this slash root directory, we have multiple folders like bin that will have the required binaries to run the programs. Boot folder will have static files for the bootloader. Dev folder will have device files. etc will host the system configuration files. Slash home will be the user's home directory. Lib will have shared libraries. Media will be used in order to mount or you mount USB medias. MNT will be used for mounting a file system. OPT is optional application software packages folder. Slash temp is used for storing the temporary files, and USR will have users, utilities, and the applications. Let's see this in action. Again, go back to your terminal. In order to open the terminal, you can use open terminal, or you can, from the applications, you can type terminal here as well. If you go to slash directory, that is slash root directory, type ls-l. So this is my root directory, that is top directory. Under this directory, I have multiple folders as shown in this figure. So this is my root directory. So again, this is the one. Under this root directory, I have multiple folders like boot directory, dev, etc, slash home, media, mnt, opt, temp, usr, and where. If someone says, let's create a folder under slash var slash temp with the name DevOps. So you should understand that your mkdir command will start with slash, because in Linux everything starts with slash. If you go back to your home directory, Type mkdir slash, location is /var/temp and DevOps. In order to verify this folder has been created or not, you just type command ls-l, then d for directory, and the path. The path is /var/temp/devops. This confirms that you have successfully created a DevOps folder under /var/temp folder. Someone says let's go to usr local bin folder and do ls there. So you should understand automatically that path will start with slash. So let's say cd usr would be under slash, so it would start with /usr. Under this we have local folder. Under local we have bin. If you do enter here, you are in user local bin folder. You can run the command pwd and you do ls. There is no files or directories under this folder for the time being. Type cd to go back to your home directory. That's all from our beginner's guide to Linux. We have covered what Linux is, how to install it, and some basic commands to get you started. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notification for more tutorials. Got questions or tips? Share them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Bye.